Ahara, I focus on all these conscious mind things that we can do that can help us become aware of what we are thinking. I mean, really, it all has to start with emotional intelligence. If emotions are driving our behaviors, which they really do, and we're not aware of our own emotions, we can't manage ourselves very well. Daniel Goleman talked about this years ago when he developed this idea of emotional intelligence and wrote the book about it. Once we become aware personally, then we can really look at how effective we can be with other people. Then we can put ourselves in their shoes, so to speak, and manage our relationships much more effectively. So it really has to start with this inner awareness of what am I thinking? What am I feeling? Are they congruent? And how am I managing myself in the world? Because let's face it, we're very divided as a country. And that's happening around the world. And people are digging in. And so we are in this sea of a lot of different perspectives, which we have to exist in. So how do we move? And this is another essential Ahara tenet. How do we move from this old, outdated kind of thinking, which is prevalent in our world personally and professionally, of either or? Because, a lot of people, well, I can't change my mind because then I'll have been wrong and I don't want to be wrong. I hear that a lot. Mm-hmm. So how do we get away from this either or thinking, which is very limited, to a both and kind of thinking? How can we improve on this, make it a win for everybody, or even better than a win for everybody? How do we create something new? Because when we can get past that either or thinking, it opens up this world of possibilities that we were not aware existed when we're just thinking there's two choices.
Yes. And you believe that, let's say everyone in the United States or the world set a timer on their phone that asked, what am I thinking and how am I feeling? What differences could you anticipate seeing in the country, in the world, in the individual?
Well, that's a big thing. And it's one of the reasons why I created Ahara, because I see we have all these problems that we're not fixing. And we have to start creating a new generation of thinkers and a new generation of a new kind of problem solving. And it's a simple thing. I mean, this is in and of itself is not going to give us world peace, okay? But it is a very simple, easy task that we can do that is fun and challenging, that starts building awareness of yourself. And I think that we are not self-aware, period. You can look at all kinds of societies. Some do better than others, but we're not thinking about going within. We're attached to our devices. We are looking at what other people are saying. And sometimes the only time we go in is when we're getting criticized, or people are leaving bad comments, or we're not getting the likes that we want. And we're being critical of ourselves. But being critical of ourselves is not being introspective. It's not getting in touch with what we're thinking and what we're feeling. The fact is they work together and they need to be congruent, or we have problems.